But I guess you're wondering this whole John Shepherd thing. Well, there's an early scene that John and his twin brother was playing the construction site that Gordy owned.
Yeah.
John died in the rainwater.
Yeah.
There's already speculation that John's twin brother is the true origami killer. Psychiatric. Oh, this can't be good.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room. Please sign the visitor's book.
Will do. Here's my fucked up signature.
Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor.
Oh.
No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her. You know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Wait a minute.
Thank you.
If you say stuff like something like that, they should not even let you enter. Let me say some shit like that. I'm almost like a family member. Access denied. Damn. Room 19. Is she here?
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
Well, damn.
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here,
Whose grandma sounds like that?
I came to talk about your son, Mrs. Shepard.
my son? I have no son.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepard, John's twin brother. What was his name?
Yeah.
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know.
Oh, God.
They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
Mrs. Shepard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Oh, my God. This is so infuriating.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Dad still ain't telling me shit.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? Time for my pills.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
Oh, so you do know something. That's messed up, though. Wait a minute, an origami book? I found it bullshit that when you have to install the game into the system, it teaches you how to fold an origami.
I love origami, but that's not my favorite one.
Wait a minute, I get it. Oh yeah. I'm opening and closing. Open.
Oh, the bird.
No, I don't think that's it. No.
Dog.
No.
Just make some shit.
Alright. I'm doing this for this sweet old lady, which I kind of feel her pain. The hummingbird.
I love origami, but that's not my favorite one.
Damn! Okay, it's not the hummingbird.
Bird. It's not the honeymoon bird?
No, that's the one I just friggin' did.
Try another one.
I did the crane first. So that leaves one more. Or two more, actually. It's like you never run out of paper. What I'm doing now, the dog or the frog? I'm not sure. I think I just did the frog. I don't know.
I love origami, but that's not my
So it's not the
favorite
frog.
one.
Madison got that little black bitch.
Yeah, at this point, I'll be tired of this shit too. I kind of don't blame her this time. But look, all the figures I done fucking made. I love origami, but this is not my favorite one. Take it, you old woman. Well,
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too.
Are you serious?
My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max.
My grandma didn't
funny,
sound like
isn't
this.
it?
Neither one of them. Okay, yeah, that's kind of pointless. What the hell was I doing?
Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
I kinda,
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son, my little Johnny.
Oh my God, woman! The fuck is wrong with you? She just old. They won't let me turn on the TV. I don't think, unless let's find the remote if there's one even existing.
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepherd.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers. I know he'll bring me some.
I got an idea.
Another drawer. There's another one too. Yeah. Picture.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them,
Yeah.
always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
It's beginning to tie together, isn't it, honey? Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah. Okay, yeah. This music's kind of a little too appropriate right now.
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Did she ever mention her sons?
Sons? Well, she often mentions John. I think he drowned.
Yeah, no shit.
Does she ever talk about her other son?
I didn't know she had another one. I've never heard her mention it.
I'm looking for her other son. He was adopted. I mean, he's probably changed his name. Is there any official documentation on Mrs. Shepherd?
Gotta be.
No, there's nothing really. Nothing about her family. I guess if her son was adopted, then she's the only one who could tell you about that. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
That's somewhat helpful, actually. The cheapest way possible, yes.
Yeah, that was it.
Take them. I kind of feel sorry for Miss Ann Shepherd. It's not even her fault. It's Alzheimer's. I can't even be mad, really.
What a lovely orchid.
Orchid?
My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
Oh, man.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy.
Why you don't see her no
And
more?
then I got sick and I couldn't go any
Oh,
longer.
her disease got to her.
Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come on. Force it out.
Come closer.
I'm coming closer. The look of horror in her face. The woman looks so sad. With that, you know something just have been revealed.